Hey, what's up, people? Toki here. Welcome to Tokeys Pot Politics. This is where I sit back, I smoke out, get stoned, and talk about current events, things that are bothering me, or things going on in the country. So sit back, load a bowl, smoke with me, enjoy, and join the conversation. Let me start by saying, first of all, if I look different, that's because I shaved my head, got a haircut, and cleaned up some. But it's still me. It's still Toki. That's the first thing. Next, I haven't been on here in a while. We haven't had our talks for a bit, so sorry about that. But I've been busy with a lot of other various things. Right now, I'm smoking some rosin, getting my morning groove on. But I want to talk to you guys about uniting Americans. That's the topic today. And the reason it's so important is because all over the world, all over the country, the media, social media, everywhere you look, everybody's always trying to divide us. Everybody's coming up with different ways to separate us, to keep us angry. So I think it's important to talk about some of the things that might unite us. One of which is marijuana, medicine, THC, CBDs, dabs, rosin, whatever it is you choose to smoke. The one thing that tends to unite a lot of people in this country is the fact that we all partake, either recreationally or medically, in in what we all love, and straight up. So the question is, why is so many people coming up with ways to be pissed off at each other, unable to sit back, unable to come up with anything, unable to think of any solutions? All they do is bicker. Why can't we get back to the old native traditions where fools sit around in a room, smoke the fuck out, and come up with solutions? Too many people smoke behind closed doors and in the closet. Too many people are afraid of criticism or criminalization. Too many people are afraid of losing their entire lives on smoking something that the vast majority of people do. It's the number has to be comparative to cigarette smokers and alcohol drinkers. So how is it when you have something that has so many people that use it, we can't find a way to come together? What we need as a nation is a giant smoke for all. Okay, we need all of us smokers to get together in one place and have a giant who gives a fuck smoke for all, where we all sit around, we all get baked, we figure out shit, we talk shit through. None of us are getting violent because too many of us are baked. Okay, we're all just sitting around laughing about shit, making shit like happen. Okay, if there were more potheads in politics, we would be a lot less chaotic, and that's a fact. So it strikes me as odd that so many people have this one thing in common, and no real political party, or politician utilizes it. Both of the popular parties lobby for voters who partake in it. They both try to attract the smokers or the pothead community by different legislation that either hurts or harms them. But for the most part, potheads aren't really a big voting base in the eyes of either party. So, what if there was a party that came in and that really truly represented the potheads, the pothead rights, the industries, and more, and so on? What if there was a political party that turned it into a major issue in America? How many Americans would join that party? How many Americans would unite for something we all love, something that we all relate to, probably more than anything else in this country? My feelings would be a large portion of us would unite. And then when you add in a lot of common sense to go with it, because a big false narrative is the fact that most potheads are liberals. Most potheads seem to think like hippies, and that's not true. The truth is, we get my light going on here. Blam. The truth is, there are a lot of educated people that smoke pot. There are a lot of geniuses that smoke pot. It's ridiculous to think that everybody out there that smokes weed is stupid. They're immature, unable to make up decisions and come up with rational solutions. That's completely ridiculous. Now, yet, in America, potheads are treated like that. So, how quick would a party grow if its number one goal was to properly represent, to properly give the rights to, and to properly fight for the removal of the Schedule 1 category? How many American stoners, smokers, medical patients would join that party? I would think it would become a huge party. Quick. And what if that same party ran on different principles as well? Principles like what we see today is broken. Principles like we're tired of either party that's turned really into race bait and gender bait and popularity bait politics. How long would it take to grow a political party that was truly for the people, that brought real solutions to everyday problems, and represented the vast majority of the people and what they partake in? I would think that party would get huge quick. Okay? Because America has lost faith in both parties. Americans might be jumping towards or against President Trump because of how he is or what he's doing. But even his own supporters in the Republican Party are not truly Republicans. They're MAGA people. Okay? Both parties are truly liars and crooks. So, what are the things I've been working on? Dad's had to choke me out for a minute.
I did. Is that funny?
Yes. One of the things I've been working on is a new political party, the Americans' first political party. This is a party that is slowly ran on the concepts of industrializing marijuana nationally, properly representing the medical rights by fighting insurance companies to pay for prescriptions. We also are a party that fights for recreational, the same standards as alcohol and tobacco, and not and the removal of the Schedule 1 category. We're a political party that will grow quick. We have young voters, as a lot of young people are the ones that are questioning politics as usual in America. We have a lot of American, proud American voters, because the Americans First Party is always about that. The Americans first. Our rights come first. Our jobs come first. Our children come first. The Americans First Party believes that we do need to help when we can. But that's just it. We need to help when we can. We shouldn't shoot ourselves in the foot trying to help the world while our country starves and then sinks. The Americans First political party is that. We're here. We're growing. We're in every state. We're now getting proper representation. We got people, we got governors, congressmen, senators from all over the country breaking down liberalism, breaking down rhinoism, asking real Americans what both parties have done for us. What is it we've gotten from either party? We're challenging the status quo. We're challenging politics as usual. We're breaking barriers. We're uniting people instead of dividing them. It's a matter of time before our political party is the biggest, largest party in this country, because it will truly represent more Americans than either party. It will truly represent America better than either party. Our values, traditions, our rights as Americans. So think about that. When everybody's sitting back thinking of thousands of different ways why we should be separated and categorized and pitted against each other, think about who's doing that and why. And then look over here to the Americans First Party, who says, let's roll a joint, smoke a bowl, take a couple dab rips. Let's talk shit out. Let's see if we could add some common sense to common problems. Would you come over? Would you sit down at the table? Would you smoke with us? I think a lot of people would. That's how politics in this country should be. With that being said, I'm pretty fucking baked. I just took countless rips back to back to back to back. So I would go ahead and sign off from here. But not before I tell you guys all to be involved. Get involved. Get out there. Remember, we run this country. Not the politicians that we hired, but we run this country. So be involved. Otherwise, the country will run you. And that's really what I got. So, with that being said, have a great day. Smoke out. Peace. Toki out.